What's up, everybody? My name is Josh LaFleur with Late Start Piano. Today I'm going to be breaking down 7th chords for absolute beginners on the piano. So this is designed for people who have never touched a piano before. This maybe is your first day or your first week learning the piano, and you're kind of confused about all the different chords, about the notes, about the music theory, concepts, and all of that jazz. So without further ado, we'll just get into it. All a 7th chord is, well, actually, to back up a little bit, before I can explain to you what a 7th chord is, we need to know a little bit about scales and what triads are. Okay, so we're going to start in F major because everybody starts in C major. So we're going to change it up and go to F. So in F major, in the scale, we have F, G, A, B flat, C, D, E, and F. Right? Those are the notes to an F major scale. Now, within that scale, we can give each of these a number. So the F is 1, G is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then we're back at the 1, right? And we can build triads off of those. So triads are just chords with 3 notes. T-R-I, triad, A-D, right? So F, A, and C. That's your F major triad. Then we have the G minor triad, A minor, B flat major, C major, D minor, E diminished, and then back to F. Right? Those are all the chords that make up F major. Those are the diatonic chords. Now that we have that down, so you know all the chords, you know how each scale degree has a number assigned to it. Now from here it's pretty easy because all a triad is that 3 chord that we just played on all of those different inversions or all of those different scale degrees. We have the 1, then we have the 3, and the 5. Right? In F, this is the 1, A is the 3, C is the 5. In G, if we want to do a G minor, we'd have the 1, which in this case is G. We still have a 3 in there, but because it's minor, it's a flat. And then we still have the 5th, which for G is D, right? So here's the 1, if we want to play G, the 3, and the 5. If we want to do A minor, here's the 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 5. Right? So all of chords are built off of this. All of these triads, they're all built off of the 1, the 3, and the 3 can either be major or minor, like this is F major. This could also be F minor if we lower that 3rd. And then we have the 5. So whatever note you pick on, we pick G flat. Is G flat, B flat would be the 3rd, and D flat's the 5. Those are your triads. So to play a 7th chord, all we do is add the 7th. So going back to our F major example, we had that 1, the 3, the 5, and then here would be the 7. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now the cool thing about 7th chords is that they add a lot of emotion. They have a lot of motion. They can really add some thickness and some richness into your playing. Very popular in jazz, right? Basically everything is a 7th chord. Definitely a big difference between that and even though it's just a 1 note. Right? There's a big difference. You can hear it. That note, that 7th, really adds a lot to it. Now that would be a major 7th because in the scale of F major, again, that E is normally natural. So it's an E natural, then we go to F. So if we play that, F, A, C, E, these are all diatonic, meaning they all belong to the scale of F major. That's a major 7th. If we want to play a dominant, or you could also call this a minor 7th, we'd have to flatten this, right? Because normally it's an E natural, So if we want to make it a minor seventh, then we have to lower this by a half step. So it becomes E flat. And that also feels a lot different than this and this. Right? Those are seventh chords. It's just taking that seventh degree of the scale. If you want to make it a major seventh, you just leave it as normal. So let's say we want to do this in, let's pick A major. So here's the 1, 3rd, 5th. This would be the major seventh. This would be the dominant seventh, or just an A7. Because in A major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the 1. So normally in A major, this is it says A flat, but really because we're in A major, this is a G sharp. So normally in A major, we have a G sharp. So if we want to do a major seventh chord and get that kind of dreamy, floaty state, we would just leave that as is. If you wanted to play this minor seventh, we would just play a G natural. And music is all about tension and release. So if you notice, say we go back to C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we take the 5th, and we want to make it the dominant seventh. So actually let's do this. Here's a dominant seventh. This would just be a C7 chord. C, E, G, B flat, because normally B is natural. So to make it a minor seventh or a dominant, we would flatten that so it becomes B flat. Feels like a lot of tension, right? Feels like a lot of tension, and it wants to resolve to this. Notice how well that resolves. So when we play a dominant chord, the reason why you would do that, you might be asking, why would you play a dominant chord? Why not just make everything a major seventh? The reason why you would do that is because dominant chords, when we flatten that seventh degree of whatever chord we're playing, they add a lot of tension. It adds a lot of tension, and it wants to resolve somewhere. It wants to resolve, right? And if you know your scales, you know a little bit of music theory, you can know where that wants to resolve to. So if I play a D7 chord, this would be a D7, we want to resolve it, we would go to G. Right? And again, this is just very for beginners, so I'm not going to go into depth here, but those are some ways you can do it. So you can just get that feeling, the dreamy, that major 7 is pretty dreamy feeling. Then that dominant 7 is a lot more tense, right? This would be the D. Do a G. Feel the tension with that, with the dominance. It wants to resolve. And those are just the basics of seventh chords. Of course, I did them all in root position, but you can invert these as well. These would be just some different inversions. For that C7. And again, the reason why you want to practice these is because it adds some tension to your playing, it adds some depth, it adds that dreamlike state, if that's what you're looking for as well. And it's just good to know. You want to add the seventh chords to kind of up your playing, make your playing sound a little bit more professional, a little bit better. Then those are great ways to do it. One quick tip for you, which I'll end this video for, is if you want a quick way to play your seventh chords, maybe you don't really know your scales too well yet, maybe you don't know your music theory too well. If you want to play your major seventh, say you want to play a E flat major 7. So we would start on E flat, and all you have to do is find the note right next to that E flat. So this would be octaves, right? Let's say you want to play E flat major 7. You could play your E flat, and then the major seventh would be just a note directly to the left. So in this case, it would be D. So if you want to get kind of quick with this, you can play your normal triad once you know those, and then just play the note directly below. That'll be your major seventh every time. So you want to play let's do a G flat major. This would be G flat, just play the note directly to the left. And that's going to give you that seventh chord every single time. If you want to play the dominant, just find the octave. So say we want to play, let's do G. So we want to do a G dominant. Well, here's the G. We know if we go one down, that's a major seventh. Go one more down, and that's your dominant. So the major seven, you just find the name of the chord you're playing, go down a half step, and then for the dominant, go down one more half step. Say we want to do this in, let's say B. We're in B major. We want to play a D major 7. Here's the B. Go down one. Go down one more for your dominant. And those are just quick ways that you can find seventh chords no matter what note that you start on, no matter what chord that you are trying to play. So just to practice, I would suggest you go ahead and do that with both hands. Just try to figure out the major seventh and the dominant seventh. You can go through all 12 keys as well. So just start on C, do the major seventh, both hands, then do the dominant seventh, both hands, then go up, do the D flat. So here's your D flat, major, then the D flat minor. You can just go up chromatically like that. Then go to D, major, dominant. Again, you can do this with both hands. You can do it chromatically, or you can go around the circle of fifths. So you can do C, then G, D, A, E, B, F sharp, and C sharp, right? And then go back to F, B flat, E flat, A flat, and so on and so forth. D flat, G flat, and C flat. So those are just some examples for you as well, however you want to do it. If you just want to kind of noodle around, figure out what's best for you. If you want to go just chromatically, building seventh chords off each of those, or if you want to go around the circle of fifth and do it that way as well, whatever's easier for you. With all that said, I do have a free PDF. Link to that is down below in the description. I also have a $9 scales course. I show you how to play all 12 major scales in all 12 keys. I give you the sheet music, I give you the fingering, I give you lifetime access to it, and I give you 3 separate bonuses as well, including that PDF, including other videos on chords that I've made. All that for only $9. You can get that at the link below. And with all that said, again, my name is Josh LaFleur, and have a great rest of your day.